Hey there. Today I'm going to show you how to draw Kylo Ren from Star Wars Episode 7. So we're going to start with the glass lens. We're starting along the top, we're going to draw a curve from left to right. So curving across the top. Now from here we're going to round out the ends. So from here on the left, I'm just going to round out the end there. And on the right, we'll round out that side. And we're going to come up to a centerpiece that's flat. So I'm going to locate the center here. I'm going to draw a straight line across the center, so slightly higher than the bottom here. I'm going to take this line, curve right into that end. And on the right side, I'll do the same thing. We'll go ahead and color this all in black. Okay, so now that we got that, we're going to work our way down the muzzle, down towards the face mask, and then we'll just block this out before we get into all the small details. So up here on the left side of the eye, we're going to basically trace the outer edge, just along the bottom edge here. So starting at the left, we're going to curve and round out. So you can see that I'm just sort of evenly spacing out outside that trim. So I'm going to continue around all the way to the nose area. I'll go straight across. And then I'm going to continue on the right side. So coming down on the right side, and then tucking this in as I get along the top, just like that. Now let's get into the muzzle area. So we're going to draw the cheek area that goes up to the jaw. And I'm just going to bring it down to roughly about here on either side. So on the right, I'll start here on the right. So curving up into that nose area, and then moving across, making sure that I get this balance, because we need some perfect symmetry here as we're drawing this. So from the right side, we'll curve down towards the right jaw. And then here, we're going to take these lines and angle in towards the chin. So the chin I'm going to probably put somewhere around here. So let's take this point and draw a straight line towards my finger. On the left side and on the right. And then we're going to angle these curves in. So we're basically rounding at the bottom, but I'm going to have a little notch in the middle. So on the left side, I'm just going to curve down on the left and right. And on both sides, we're going to angle in. So angling in, and then connecting these 2 points with a slight upward curve. Okay, so now that we got that, we can sort of figure out that the inner part of the hood is going to go up above the eyes, down and out, and then round that chin. So let's start on the left side. So we're going to go up to a point right about here. Okay, so let's start out here, and curve in towards the face, and then I'll round out the top inner part of the hood. Now I want to take that and I want to replicate that on this side, just flipped over. So just locating the side here. Again, I want to make sure that I have good symmetry. Coming down, then out on the right side. Now on either side here, I'm just going to do a slight overlap and just round out the inner part of the hood. So starting on the left side, so you can see I'm coming up a bit. Around that chin, then back up on the right side. Okay, so now that we got that, let's get into the outer part of the mask. So here, I'm just going to jut this out a little bit. So see this corner? I'm going to just angle down a little bit. Just extending it out. Then from here, I'm going to go up in an angle and just curve it outwards just a bit as we get to the end. So here, I'm going to follow that same path and then just round out as we get out to the end. Okay, so now that we've got that, let's get into some details around the mask area here. So on this top left corner, I'm going to go out and just get into like a sort of a tighter curve that comes straight down this way. So follow this line out, and then round this out. From here, I'm going to go straight down, just past that eye. Let's do that same thing on the right side. I'm going to go straight down like that. Again, I want to make sure that I stop at the same point on either side. Okay, so from here, on the ends, I'm going to just angle down towards the jaws, or the cheeks there. From here, let's go ahead and color all this inside area in black. Color this in black. I'm going to thicken up this line coming down just a bit. Do the same thing on the right side. So, and then from here, we're going to just draw a little detail. So up here, I'm going to go straight up on the ends, and I'm just going to angle those straight up along the side, color that in black. so. And then along the bottom edge of the eye, he's got some little details here. So in here, I'm just going to draw a curve. On this side I'll draw a curve. We'll color that in black. And a lot of this mask has a lot of like little details, so it gets a little bit complicated, especially when you get into the forehead with all those lines, just making sure that we count up the right amount of lines. Except for here, I'm going to just draw a little square, color that in black. Draw a little square here, color that in black. And then along here, it looks like he's got a little bit of detail along here, so I'm just going to draw an angled line on either side, and then just curve that in towards that muzzle, color that in black. Curving in, color that in black. Okay, I'm just going to stop there for now. Let's get into the rest of the detail before I get too far in there. So along this top ridge, there's like 3 lines that go across. So it looks like there's one right here. And we're just going to thicken that up to make it a little bit thicker, so twice as thick. Draw one a little bit longer, just below it, making that twice as thick. I'm going to draw one more that's even longer than that, make that twice as thick all the way across. Now from here, I'm going to take that inner edge and just curve out. So we'll step in a little bit here, curve out on the mask. Over here we'll do the same thing, like so. And on the corners here, there seems to be a little beveled, almost like an oval. So we'll start at the bottom, go around, like that. Do the same thing on the left side. So going around, like so. Up here, there seems to be another oval. Squashed oval there, and over here there's a crack in the mask, so we're just going to draw a little random crack across like that. Now let's get into the top edge of the mask here. So basically we're going to be repeating this curve over and over and over again along the top. So let's start with the inner part first. So up here on the left side, I'm just going to follow that path and leave a little bit of a space that goes all the way across like so. Now from here I'm going to wrap around this thing, this corner, and just come down to right about there, sort of like in that angle there. Go around this side and come straight down. Okay, now I'm going to go in and thicken this up just to make it a little bit thicker, because it looks like he's got a little bit of gap and space in there. So start by thickening up the top part first. So I'm going to make it twice as thick. I'm just going to go across with my marker and just make it extra thick across. And then as I get around the corner, I'm just going to taper into a point. So I'm not going to make it too thick along the bottom here. So I'm just going to come down like so. Okay, so we got one. Now it looks like there's two more along the top. So let's start with the next one here. So we're going to go across the top like so. And as we get to the ends, I'm just going to curve these around and just kind of tuck those in underneath that hood. And we'll go ahead and thicken that up twice as thick, all the way across. Just like so. Okay, we got one more above that. So we'll start up here, and we could probably go all the way to the end just because my hood is a little bit thinner or narrower at the top here. Just go across like this, and we'll thicken that up to be twice as thick. And then there's one last band that goes along the top here. So go across like so. Now this whole area up here is going to be colored in black once we get into the coloring stage. This will all be black as well. Let's get into the side here. So it looks like there's a trim. So along this edge, on the inside, there's a trim like this. And we're going to leave that gap there because we're going to go straight up on that side. Over here there's a trim, and that goes straight up. And then at the end here, well actually let's go ahead and thicken that up twice as thick, just like we did with the forehead. Just like that. And on the ends here, I'm just going to angle inwards, just like that, and then color that all in black, just for a little bit of added detail. Just like so. Now let's get into the rest of the hood. So there's a peak. It goes up to a little point here. So I'm just going to put my finger in the middle, right about there, and put a point of reference there. Now from here I'm going to angle out to about here. So from this point, let's round out the tip first. Let's round that out like that. From here, I'm going to do a straight line to the side. Over here, let's do a straight line angled to the side. Now from here, I'm going to curve down to a point just past these overlaps. So from here, I'm just going to do a hard turn down that. And on the right, we'll do the same thing. So coming down, like so. Here, we're going to come down. So I'm just going to pull these in and down just a little bit, because we want to start doing some folds in the hood. So from here, let's go ahead and just draw some overlapping folds. So from here, I'm going to curve around, just kind of like let that vanish right around there, just around mid-chin level. Up here, I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to come around like so. And again, they don't have to really line up. This doesn't have to line up with that line. If it's overlapping, it's totally fine. Down here, I'm going to draw a curve that goes like this. Over here, let's draw a curve that goes like that. And then here, I'm just going to overlap this line here. Come across like that. Let's do that on both sides. So, and then to finish this off, we're just going to go across the bottom like this. Kind of like that. That's pretty cool. Now, if you want, you can add a little bit more detail along the mask. Along the side here, looks like he's got some sort of rectangular shapes that go across like that. Let's draw a couple more on this side, like so. There we go there. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Kylo Ren from Star Wars Episode 7. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please give us a like and share this with your friends. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.